Okay, this is Miss Beebe. I am showing you a tutorial video on Zoom. So Zoom is the primary video chat that you will be using with your classes. So look for a link that your teacher emailed to you, and most teachers are putting available on Google Classroom. So Zoom has several features, and depending on your teacher's settings, they might have it slightly different. But every Zoom meeting has space here for a microphone, so you can mute or unmute yourself. And keep in mind that some teachers have a setting to have students be quiet on entry. So just keep in mind if your teacher's trying to talk to you and they can't hear you, it might be because you have your microphone muted. So then you also have stop and start video. So my video turned off up here, but Mr. Beebe, hi Mr. Beebe, he is our teacher, and now he can see me, right? Also here at the bottom, you have participants, so you can click on that. This is a small meeting, but you guys will have much more people on your classes. So you can click on that to see the participants. You can also open up the chat. The chat is probably going to be a feature that is used a lot by your teachers. So Mr. Beebe sent a message to the whole class that says to everyone. I can also send a message to the whole class. I type in here, or I can send a message privately to Mr. Beebe. So I'm going to say, hello, Mr. Beebe, and only he will see that, right? But keep in mind that, that all messages your teachers can see that are private. If your teacher gives you sharing screen capability, like let's say I have a presentation I need to show, then you can click share screen here. I don't have it enabled on here, but that's how you would show down here. Also, you have the gallery view. So if you want to change who you're looking at, if you want to be able to see multiple people at a time, or there's a speaker view. One thing that I recommend is when you are on Zoom, and especially because in your classes you're probably going to have multiple windows open, is get in the habit of kind of minimizing and working with Zoom so you can work around it. So using these buttons up here, so like this is me in full screen. Like let's say Mr. Beebe was sharing his screen and I wanted to be able to read what he had up there. I might put it into full screen so I can see. Then I could do exit full screen to make it smaller. But even still, let's say I have Google Classroom open up here on the side or an assignment. I'm going to take the corner down here and I'm going to slide this double arrow and make it smaller so that I have the Zoom meeting there. So those are some of the basics of Zoom. Your teacher might have specific things that they want. For example, in the chat, there's also options and participants to raise your hand. And sometimes in the chat, this particular Zoom doesn't have it, but you can raise hand. Sometimes there's a clapping feature. Sometimes there's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Those are called reactions. You can look for those over here, but your teacher will tell you what to do from there. So that is the basics of Zoom. That are the basics of Zoom. Sorry, Mr. Beebe. I'm trying to get it to stop.